everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, or you recognize the drill package, you can see that I'm going to do a kit up in chat today. So I'm going to kit up, where is my image? Here. This a beautiful diamond painting, Aurora Beauty by Deborah Malcolm. It is a 102 centimeter by 51 centimeter. It's a round drill. And yeah, I'm going to kit this up with you. So I'm going to grab my chair, scoot over so I am hopefully somewhat in view, and yeah, let's start, shall we? So I always cut off this part here so I can use this for in my logbook, and as long as I'm working on it, I will have that part in the tray so I can see what I am doing. Well, what drills are with what kit, and as soon as it's done it will be in my logbook. So I'm cutting off the number because I'm not using that, so why bother with keeping it around. Makes it also fit a bit better on my containers. I'm using the Elizabeth Ward lookalike containers because they aren't the official ones. I also am going to cut off the last part with a sticker and just use that for whatever I need them for. Take off the numbers here. So this kit has 49 colors. As I said, it's round, so it will probably go pretty quick. It also has 2 ABs. This is an older kit, so it's not the big amount of ABs and fairy dusts and whatever all that is in the new kits. I'm going to start with the bigger amounts because, yeah, that's just easier. Do I have that one here as well? I don't think so. Let's see how far I can go. Yeah, I hope I am going to stay in focus as much as I can, but yeah, I can't promise a thing because I am really good in getting out of reach. So let's see, that's the beginning, that's the end. Do we have something here as well? No? Okay, I'm going to cut off this part first because this is a big amount as well, because I have 3 bags of 3371. So yeah, I always think it's easy to have everything as much as possible in one go. So let's see, I need 3371 and there. I always do it quite easy, just a piece of washi tape, a sticker, and then pour everything in, put it in the case, and that's that. Nothing too fancy, but it works for me. So yeah, how are you all been doing? I hope you had a great week, since it's already been, again, a week since I talked to you guys. Also, if you hear my dishwasher in the background, I'm sorry. I totally forgot that I still needed to film my WIP and Chat video. Ugh, I didn't open it far enough. So yeah, I turned on the dishwasher and was later on like, oh, dang it. So yeah, sorry if you hear that one in the background, but yeah, that's life. So I'm kitting up this diamond painting because somebody specifically asked for me to work on this diamond painting, so that's what I'm doing. But I do need to say it is a very fun diamond painting. I'm going to see if I can fit this in here. Okay, I'm just going to create a bigger mess. I'm throwing the plastic just off screen so I can finish that up after I'm done filming. Do I need to put in some dryer sheets here? I think I need to with this color, because I do notice that it's getting a little bit staticky. I came prepared today. I have my little dryer sheet squares already with me. So every once in a blue moon, I'm prepared. Doesn't happen often. Well, I'm not fully prepared since I still haven't written everything down that I wanted to talk about, but at least I'm prepared enough that I'm not needing to pause every few seconds. Shake it around so the static goes down, hopefully at least a bit. Oh, come on. I've got the bit of a plasticky washi tape, so it's a bit more difficult to work with, but yeah, it needs to work up anyway, so yeah. I need 2 of these, so that will go in a bigger container. I also still have my bin of bigger containers here, so ooh, get a stroller. Interest you. So yeah, as I said, like, I hope you've had a good week. My week was kind of eventful. It was kind of busy. Ups, downs, and everything in between. So in case you watched my video last week, I needed to go to the hospital on Thursday. So to put you out of your misery, everything was thankfully fine. So yeah, I'm not going into the details of what it was about, but let's be honest, I'm glad that it's just fine. So it doesn't really matter all too much, but yeah, thankfully all turned out okay. So that's always nice. But yeah, okay, I need to open up my other set because I don't have the right size. This one is cracked, but it will still hold drills. Yeah, so at the hospital everything went fine. So they were behind quite a bit, so I did need to wait longer than I had hoped for. But yeah, it's a thing with hospitals. They have a tendency to run late because, yeah, there can come everything in between. So and they apparently also just went over to a new system, so that's always putting on extra fussiness at everything. But it went okay, so I'm happy with that. Come on, get out, all of you. Just doing it like this is the easiest for me. Yeah, so it was a bit of a hectic Thursday because, yeah, I still needed to do the fruits. Our son had his school trip on Thursday because, yeah, his class isn't in school on Friday, so like his grade is like always going on a Thursday. But yeah, it was nice. They had a good time. They went to a playground somewhat close to us. So they had a good time. There was also a pool, so they could splash around a bit. So that was nice. So then my husband dropped him off so I could take our daughter to school because she had just a regular school day because her school trip was a day later. So yeah, my husband dropped him off, I dropped her off. I after that did the what's the word again? The fruits. After that, we had a meeting with the speech therapist to like see like, okay, what all like. We had a feeling that he was mumbling really bad, and because he had a difficulty with like brushing his teeth, like holding his lips out of the way, and like chewing with his mouth open very much. Yeah, since it's all like mouth muscle related, we're like, let's just check it out and be sure that that's not an issue. So we had like the meeting, like, okay, what are we going to do? She's like, I can do stuff with him, but she was like, I'm pretty sure we maybe first go to like a doctor or anything to see what they can find out. Like maybe she anticipated him being on the spectrum and everything. which were already like, yeah, we already have registered him. We actually got the call for like being sure that all the information they got was the right ones and everything. So we actually got that call like when we were waiting. So we ended up calling back in the afternoon, but yeah, so we had that. So she was like, okay, we'll see with that, see how everything goes, and then if we still want him to be with her, she could, because she's 2 days a week, it's cool. And she was like, oh, she really loved to see him, like, quote unquote, treat him, but she was like, not per se like necessary. And she also had like a meeting with a colleague because they both had like the same specialization. So she was like, I have this boy, like this and this is the quote unquote issue and what to do with it, because this is what I found. And also the other person was like, huh, that's an interesting one. So they both were like, I was like, yeah, if you just want to have a dose of him and just be like, okay, I just want to see if I can crack his little brain, you are always welcome to just take him out of the class. I'm not opposed to that. Like, if you just, hey, everything he picks up from it, he picks up from it. Apparently, the speech therapist took him out of his class like one day together with another kid to see like, okay, how do they do together? And apparently the little girl said something in the direction of like, the teacher will miss me. I'm not entirely sure what the thing was, what the speech therapist said, but it was like a sarcastic remark, something like, yeah, she'll miss you or something. And apparently my son started giggling. So she was like laughing kind of hard, because it's like, yeah, he gets sarcasm already. So my husband and I looked at each other and we're like, yeah, it doesn't help that we are both kind of sarcastic people. So probably is a little bit like, yeah, raised like it. So that will be interesting to see what it develops in. Because also our daughter has a little bit of sass in her with like remarks and stuff. But yeah, she needed to laugh with it because, yeah, and I understand. But also like when she was testing him, apparently he sometimes gave answers that she was like, how? I didn't expect it. He uses words or sentences that most adults don't even use. So she was kind of impressed with that. But as far as she tested, he wasn't like, with his speech, like very much ahead or something. He was like, they quote unquote get a little IQ meeting out of it. But it was like regular. But she said like, that doesn't mean that if we go to like the actual testing facility where he is now registered. We had the intake yesterday. So on Tuesday, I'm filming this on Wednesday morning today. So I need to quote unquote move along a bit. But yeah, so like she got his little test and it was just average. But she was like, oh, I already got this one. But she was like, it doesn't mean that he is like not having a bigger IQ. It might be that like one of his different parts of his brain is like bigger and anything. We talked about it with like his sister having NLD. And she was tickled as hell because, yeah, her specialization is basically like speech therapy and specifically like related to like kids on the spectrum. So that's like her specialty, like things that relate to everything and all. So we also like let her see through like the results of our daughter's testing. Like, okay, this was her IQ results. And she was at a certain point like, damn, that girl has a fast, like, I'm not sure what like the actual term is, but like the processing speed of everything. She was like, damn. And we needed to really giggle about that because we were very much enjoyed by the fact that there's somebody that's like so enthusiastic about kids being different. And like, yeah, most of the times it's like, oh, that's impressive, or that's a big quote unquote out of the normal or anything like that. But she's like, ooh, she's impressive. I was also later telling my husband, like, hey, if she wants to see them for like, quote unquote, like study wise, I'm open for that. Like, just for her to, because yeah, she works in like regular schooling. So yes, obviously there are still some kids that she, quote unquote, deals with that are like on the spectrum, but not all of them. She does also have like days where she is not in the school. So she's 2 days per week in the school and the rest she's like at her quote unquote office. But yes, she was saying like her specialty and like the kids she most of the times works with are like kids on the spectrum. So she was already saying like it wouldn't surprise her one bit if our son was somewhere on the spectrum. So yeah, that's what we're having tested anyway. So he's a little happy, bouncy ball of energy that if everything gets too much, he starts getting kind of fussy and whiny. So yeah, it's not really normal behavior. Sometimes he shuts down, sometimes he doesn't, but yeah, he still is a really fun kid. Our daughter is also a fun kid, don't get me wrong, but she is difficult in other ways. She really quickly gets angry instead of sad, and our son gets sad instead of angry. So yeah, they are totally different, and at the same time, they are kind of the same, because yeah, they both can't handle like overstimulation or stuff. So yeah, this week, next week, and probably the week after are kind of not fun. Because yeah, it's end of the school year, like the last things of like gym class and everything for them, because they have like the special extra gym class. They have all the stuff like end of school year, and our daughter has her birthday on Friday. And we have her birthday party on Saturday, and next week we have her kids' party, and yeesh, it's a bit much. I'm already like getting overstimulated with it. So yeah, I can understand if it's really too much for them. So yeah. But well, we'll get there. One way or the other, we get there. Yeah, so we had, as I said, like school trip, speech therapy, hospital, then we needed to wait for like an hour or so, and then we needed to pick up our son, then right after we needed to pick up our daughter from school. Son was a big sandy mess, so afterwards we showered him off a little bit, because yeah, he was kind of dirty. Not that it's something strange, but still. Yeah, so then we needed to pick up her daughter and everything, and I was really glad she didn't have her like extra training on the same day as well, because that would be really too much. But yeah, after that we just had a relaxing rest of the afternoon. Don't know what we did for dinner again. I think just baked potato, meats, and everything. But just something quote unquote easy. Not too much fuss. On Friday, our daughter had her school trip, so I needed to go to school extra early. They went to a zoo. They could have pocket money of like maximum of 10 euros. So she got 10 euro with her, and we were already saying like, okay, let's see what kind of stuff she gets home with. Because yeah, we didn't expect it to be anything useful. Because yeah, she is, well, turning 7. So yeah, it's not that they have like a real sense of money. But yeah, she came back with like a plastic little, looked like the Lego Duplo giraffe. So we're a bit like, seriously, girl. But she enjoyed it, so I'm fine with it. It's like the money she wanted to. She also got 2 coins. We were kind of tickled about that in the end, because we found out that these coins were actually like a big collection. They are called Memodale, or however you want to pronounce them. In Dutch, it's Memodalium. They are, at least here in Europe, they are a thing throughout a lot of places. Because what she got was the Europe collection, obviously. And yeah, there are a lot of coins. Apparently also our neighbor does also collect them. So yeah, we talked about it a bit, and I actually she today found out that there are a lot more places where you can get them than just like theme parks and zoos, because you can get them in quite a lot of places actually. So she was entertained with that as well. So she was like, okay, now I can get even more. I'm also needing to ask my uncle, because he works close to where one, at least as far as I know, he works close to one of those places where they have 2 of those machines. You put in €2 and you get the thing out. But yeah, so we added up, like, quote unquote, asking our daughter if she wanted to then start collecting them, which she did. So when we are going to the zoo again, that is close to us, the Gaia Zoo, we also need to go there because they also have one of those machines. I never even saw it. I was like, I know that they have the version where you like put in a coin for like the machine and then a coin that you can flatten. Those I have seen a lot, like everywhere. Like I do know there's one in Gaia. But I'm not sure if I saw the other machine. I'm pretty sure that one is like in a bird enclosure where you can walk like covered, like pretty close to them. Not in between them, but like next to them. I know there's a machine there, but I do think it was one that you need to like flatten out the coins for. But she has like the other ones. Should have been prepared and just grabbed it from upstairs. But yeah, I'm not going to run upstairs now. Also, I'm quickly going to the tablet to turn off the volume, because I'm now thinking like, oh yeah, that's right, it will be start talking in a bit. So yeah, let's do that. Otherwise, I get interrupted by Dutch speaking voice here, like where I haven't opened the windows long enough yesterday. If that even happened today, but well, yeah, yesterday. But I'm not sure. But yeah, so our daughter started a collection of coins. So yeah, I personally think it's fun. Because they are €2 each, and we're not going too often to places. Or like, yeah, she can get like a few. Sometimes, obviously, she still needs to pay them for herself because it's her collection. But we can see like, okay, we're going there. Okay, they need to have like 2, because we found a list, as I said. Like, okay, there should be 2 in that place or around that place. You know what? You can have like one of them. So yeah, the other one she then needs to pay for, and every now and then we probably will buy something fun for our son, because yeah, we can't do everything for our daughter and nothing for him. Niks is the Dutch word, so I'm throwing in Dutch words as well. I already put that one on there. But yeah, so at least it was fun. We were like, okay, she had like a little jar that I made from like resin that she can use to put everything in. Well, because she also had one of those like flatten them out coins, she this morning actually came to us like, hey, yeah, there's something happening. So yeah, I also told the neighbor, like, hey, in case you have both of these kinds of coins, they do rub off on each other. Because, yeah, the other one, like what here is at least a 5 cents coin. it gave off to the other ones. So we're like, yeah, maybe you need to keep that in mind. So yeah, I told her that. She was like, oh, good to know, because yeah, I didn't know that. So at least like fair warning. But yeah, it's fun. Now we have like something, it's like not too terribly expensive. So if she just does that for like a small time, maybe either her son picks it up like after she's like, I'm done with it, or husband and I are like, oh, you know what, we started the collection, we're just going to continue. Because it's not that it's like directly like everything costs like €10 or something. Do know our neighbor said that she has a few of these coins that are like €5, so they are a bit more expensive, but like the €2 coins, most places have like 2, maybe 3. The place where our daughter went to is called Zoopark Overloon, and they had like 3 coins. She ended up getting 1, so like, especially with now the one that is like dirty or anything, I told her like, I'm going to try to clean it off this afternoon. If it doesn't work, she can just basically have another one from us, because we also didn't know that that would happen. It's just like, it's not her fault, because we just told her to like put everything away and put it together or anything. But yeah, she didn't know that it would give off. Neither did we, otherwise we would have directly said like, put it in a different place. So it's not her fault. So like, if it doesn't come off, when we go to there again, because we plan on going there anyway, like maybe this summer, maybe next year, or whenever, like we at least plan to go. And yeah, so we will see. But yeah, if the thing doesn't come off, or like you can have one like from us, because it isn't her fault again. Like maybe we say that like the other one, if she really wants to have that one still, that she needs to pay that one herself, because there, as I said, like there were 3 coins and she just got 2 of them. Because that's the good thing when you have a list, you know like what you need to have. So yeah. But yeah, it's fun. It's like at least like something she can use. So it's always a good thing. So now I need to figure out like a way to store them. I'm thinking like these coin collecting albums, but I noticed that they're bigger than the like €2 coins. So I need to figure out a decent storage solution for it. But yeah, it's going to be alright. One way or the other, we're going to fix it. But yeah, so yeah, we have a new collection in the house. So yeah, also like she came home so dirty that we also needed to rinse her off as well. But at least she had a good time, so we were happy with that. Let's see. What else? Saturday. What did we do on Saturday? I'm not entirely sure anymore. Saturday. Like my brain is gone. Like I'm not entirely sure what we did. I'm pretty sure we did something. Yeah, I'm racking my brain. I can't remember what we did. It was kind of hot, so I do know that we barbecued. I think oh yeah, now I know again. Our kids had a birthday party, so they went to a birthday party. Let's see this color. So they had a birthday party at a playground in our place, where they again also had a pool, so the kids could swim. It was like one of those like for the kids knee height Well, maybe for the kids, like waist high water. So it's like they can swim, but it's not like really deep or anything. Obviously, you still need to pay attention. Yeah, the kids were very happy. We printed some Pokeballs for the birthday kids. Sadly, we didn't have them finished, so we needed to give them yesterday. But they were really happy with it. They were twins, so the little boy it's a boy and a girl. So the boy was already like asking my husband, like, could you print me some more? So we were already having a laugh later on, like he's so obsessed with it that he's like already wanting more. But my husband was like, we'll see. Maybe in the future, but not now. We also want to print some for our own kids because they also are like obsessed with Pokemon. So yeah, in the time that the kids had their birthday party to go to, we basically did some grocery shopping because we went to wanted to barbecue in the evening, so we had like a few things that we wanted to have. We also needed to have some stuff anyway from like our city center, so we directly followed it by that. Had an ice cream there because it was just too perfect weather to not do that. So yeah, it was really a relaxing day, kind of. Obviously, we still needed to watch time and everything because yeah, we still needed to pick up the kids in time. But it was fun. We actually planned on Sunday working on the attic, even though it was way too hot. But we have a mobile air conditioning unit, which I ended up installing the like window covers for, so that at least we had some cool air. Even though I still need to turn that one on for today, so I do need to remind myself that when I'm done here. But yeah, so we did that, had our barbecue dinner. The kids could watch Pokemon in the meantime because they were happy with that, because husband found a few more episodes. Sadly, not everything is on Netflix or anything, so yeah, we needed to figure out a way around that. Then, let's think. Yeah, not much happened then. So after that, is this the right color? Yeah, this is the right color. So after that, we just had our regular evening routine. Okay, need to move this bit over. So on Sunday, as I said, we actually wanted to work on the attic, but we found out that we totally forgot that the fire department in a city close to us was having an open day. So we're like, even though it's like scorching hot, we just went there anyway because we were like, should we, shouldn't we? Or like, yeah, but we're seeing already for years like we want to do that, and like it's every year it's at another place, and like the place is like really close to us. We already had done, we already skipped because some way or another something came in between every time. So we ended up being like, you know what, we're just going to go. Our daughter wanted her ears pierced for her birthday, even though like on Saturday we're like, you know what, we're gonna go. Come, get your stuff. Do you want your ear pierced? Let's go. Well, she ended up not wanting to. She was afraid again. So we're like, you know what? We have like the mall we go to often, like around the corner. If she doesn't want to, we can just skip it, but we at least can get some more like sleeveless shirts for the kids. We ended up also getting a dress for our daughter. But yeah, so we went to the open house of the fire station Do need to say it was really fun. They also had like from the airport somewhat close to us, like Maastricht Aken Airport. They had the crash tender from there, so the plane fire truck. The kids were even allowed to sit in it. Well, all the trucks you're allowed to sit in, and they had some like simulation fires, like these like planks that you can hose away with like the water and stuff. They had a demonstration of the kids fire brigade. It's like kids from 12 to 18. They get like in a playful way, they get like the first taste of firefighting and like the first aid and everything, so that if they get 18 and they still want to be in the fire brigade, they can go to the regular fire brigade and get to be a firefighter. So I did think that was nice. And yeah, so they had all the stuff, and there was also like with like an actual fire hose, they put like on top of that, they put like a little fire truck. So as soon as you aimed at the thing, it spat down the fire hose. It went fast. Hang it, that went fast, that thing. So they did that and everything. So the kids had a good time. It was hot as hell. It was not even fun anymore. So yeah, obviously we smeared a general amount of sunscreen. But that was also a thing that they said there, like, don't forget your sunscreen. And don't forget to drink water. So they handed out free water to everybody. So yeah, you could stay hydrated and everything. After that, we went to the mall because yeah, it was like a 2-minute drive from where we were. We ended up like asking for daughter, like, hey, do you want to see like the earrings they can pierce and see like, hey, do you want to have them or not? Like, we know our daughter, we know that she was afraid of it, and we actually were like, she just needs to have them put in because she really wants them, but at the same time is afraid. So we're like, quote unquote, pushing a bit, but not over pushing it, so she would, yeah, absolutely wouldn't dare anymore. But at the same time, like pushing a little bit, so she would try, basically. But yeah, the first store, she was like, yeah, I don't want to. And we were like, quote unquote, bribing her because they had there, like, if you have one of these kids' earrings, you get little stuffed animals, especially from the store and everything. But yeah, it was like one of those chain stores. It was actually like kind of sterile, so it was kind of white and all. So we're like, meh, I get that she doesn't vibe with it. She was a little bit afraid. In the end, we're like, you know what? My husband talked her down a bit, like talked to her like, hey, what are you afraid of and everything. She really didn't want to. I'm like, at this point, you're like, you know what? If you don't want to, we could ask it in a little bit. In like half a year again. Well, you could also say we go to the next store because it like a few meters away, like 3 stores over or something, there is another jeweler. And they can also do that probably. You can see like maybe there's a set that you really like, or you like the store better perhaps, because the other one was kind of a busy small place, and the other one was a little bit more spacious. She was like, yeah, we can see. So we went there. They had nobody that could pierce ears at that day. So they were like, hey, there is another piercing shop, like a tattoo and piercing shop, like there and there. If you go there, maybe they can help. So we were like, you know what? We're just gonna go. We're just going to see, like, you can see what you can do. We saw a pair of earrings there. It was a bit more expensive than we initially wanted to, but at the same time, we're like, at least she has them. But it was like a rainbow flower. It's like a little flower in the center. It had like a white stone, and around it were all different colors. So my husband like, hey, they have rainbow flower earrings. Is that not something you want? And like her little face almost lit up, and she was like, yeah, that's cute. That is fun. I want that one. So like, you're really sure you want to have it? she's like, yeah, but can you do it like one by one? And the lady was like, yeah, sure I can, but if you do it like 2 at a time, it's like one little poke and then you're done. So she didn't want that, but like in the end, we're like kind of coaching her to do it like 2 at a time. So in the end, she did 2 at a time. So the other person that they had there came over. Like first, the lady that was there, she like did the little dots on her ears, like, okay, here they need to go and everything. And my daughter was like, Mama, can you hold my hand? I'm like, yeah, sure, girl, sure I can. We'll figure out a way that we can. Well, yeah, obviously because I first sat next to her, she was like, yeah, this is fine. And then I needed to move because the second person came around. She also got a little like hairband with everything, with like a little crown on it, and she was happy as a clam. But then, yeah, I needed to move because, yeah, I was in the way, obviously. That she wasn't too terribly happy about. Huh, I got a wrong sticker somewhere. Or did I get 2 of them? Okay, I do need to cut this one out. Okay, hold that thought. Yeah, I got it wrong somewhere. I need to see what stays over. I made a mess again. Oh, good, okay. We'll be done, one way or another. But yeah, so the other person came and she was like kind of freaking out. But they gave me a chair so I could sit in front of her. So I hold her hands. I'm like, I'm right here. Nothing happens. I'm right here. So she calmed down, thankfully a bit, like because she had my hands again. And the people got the piercers to her ears. And we're like, okay, we're ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And she had like a look like, oh. We showed her a clip beforehand, like of somebody that had a little ooh face. And she was like, huh, I'm the same, am I? So yeah, we were kind of joking with her like that, like, yeah, see, it wasn't all that bad. We told ya, like, it stings a little bit, but not long. Little idiot also was like pulling them closer in night, even though they don't need to touch it, because yeah, open wound, bacteria, there's something with them. I don't want an infection with her because that will be not fun. But yeah, it was a whole lot of something. But yeah, she has her ears pierced now. So she has her earrings. So she was at least happy with it. So we also were happy. We're happy she's happy. Oh, come on. Work along with me, please. Thank you. But yeah, because we said like the first store had some stuffed animals there, we kind of bribed her like, hey, you can get yourself a stuffed animal if you're done. Fine with that. So we made a little bit of a fun day out of it because they had like, she could pick out a stuffed animal for herself. She got a Pokemon stuffed animal. She got a Sprigatito. It's like one of the new ones from like, we ended up finding it on Netflix like when we got home. So they have been watching that for the past couple of days. But it is basically like now the new series, like since Ash is no longer in the series at this point. So we got her that because we're like, we went to the toy store, we're like, I see Pokemon, so we'll most likely she will want one of those because they both are kind of obsessed with Pokemon lately. And yeah, so we were like, you know what, you can first look at the other stuffed animals. If there's nothing you want, you can still get your Pokemon, but at least you are sure that you have seen everything you want. Well, she walked a little bit like a zombie around, like, I need to look, but I don't want to look. So like, yeah, if you really don't want anything of these and you want the Pokemon one, that's fine. We're going to get a Pokemon one for you. Do we have some smaller containers here anymore? I'm gonna. Seriously? Don't I have them all? Huh. Okay, then I'm going to put the last 2 colors in the bigger containers. Big whoop. Well, the last 3 actually, because yeah. I'm not in the mood to look for more containers now. And this one, I anyway needed to put in there. But yeah, so she ended up getting herself a sprigatito. She was happy as a clam. I got her like her own, what's the word? Her bag for herself. So she at least was able to carry it around herself. Because we're like, yeah, it's your own stuff. Carry it around yourself. Also, they want that, so. But yeah, so she was happy. Afterwards, when we're done, we're like, it's so scalding hot outside. You know what? We're just going to get an ice cream. So we did that. Ended up also just taking, what's the word? Having French fries for dinner just because it's easy and it was hot enough already. So we're like, yeah, we're not going to fuss around. We're just going to do it like that. It's a fun day, so every now and then it needs to be allowed. Okay, it must be that one then. If not, it is now. 500. But yeah, so the kids started their New Horizon Pokemon, so we can, like the original Pokemon, we could search for again. Because they have been watching that lately, like a lot. But yeah, the first part of like the Indigo League is on Netflix here. The rest isn't. A few of the movies are online, but again, not all of them. Not all are in like the right order or anything, or you need to know certain specifics before you can actually like understand them correctly. So yeah, they are now watching the New Horizons. Like a new part is actually coming out like this weekend, so that's nice. I'm going to move everything around a little bit. I hope I have been in focus like most of the part, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Can't promise a thing. Okay, I'm going to put this one there. So now I have it in my DMC order. Because, yeah, I'm that OCD. I like to have it like that. Huh. Okay, now I have it here. Okay, I can better just move this around so that I at least have them like container-wise right. Because if I have a small one here or a small one missing there, that doesn't matter really. So this is all the color collection. Lots of beautiful purples and pinks and blues, but with this image, I'm not surprised. I'm thinking it will go pretty decent in like how quick it will be, because it has a lot of color blocking. But yeah, so I'm just going to ramble on. I don't think I have much more to say anyways. So. But yeah, let's see, like Sunday I have had, Monday was just a regular day. Our son had his gym class. It's like the next week is the last one. Our daughter had her training again, which is Thursday, the last one. So tomorrow for me. As I said, like yesterday, we gave the twins their birthday gifts, their extra gifts, because we do just give them the money or whatever they want and a little printed something. Because yeah, we have a 3D printer. It's fun to do like something extra. Yeah, our son had a day off yesterday because we got a notification last week that because one of the teachers of our son had a surgery a bit ago, and She isn't fully back again because she had some complications. There was nobody like yesterday, so they were a bit short-staffed at that moment, so that class needed to stay at home. Obviously, the ones that didn't have any like sitters or the parents both need to work full time or whatever, and they didn't have the time, they could still go to the other class. But like, as if you have the option, you need to hold them home. So I had a morning with our son. We did some recycling, we did some garden work, stuff like that. Nothing too fancy. Husband was off work in the afternoon, just like today and tomorrow, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And sorry for the yawn. Yeah, so he was like, one of his co-workers would work the mornings, he would work the afternoons, and my husband would work the mornings because they're at minimum manning at this point in time. So don't know what I heard, but there was a lot of screaming outside. But yeah, so husband is off like 3 afternoons. So hopefully we can do some more work on the attic again. We do have this afternoon for our daughter the parent-teacher conference. Our son's is on Friday. As I said, like, our daughter's actual birthday is on Friday, but she's at this point in time like overly stimulated, so most likely for her birthday going somewhere will be in the vacation. Because yesterday she was so quote unquote out of it. She was like fussing on like nothing. So we're like, yeah, we can better keep you like quiet so your brain can shut down a bit. So she's prepared for her birthday party on Saturday. Cool down time again, probably on Sunday. Maybe spend her birthday money like a little or something. Need to see. Depends a bit on how everything goes as well. Next week is the last week of school, so I'm also needing to go and drop off the like gifts for all the interns and the teachers and everything. So that's also like a day job. I actually yesterday packaged everything up, so I'm glad I was able to do that. Yeah, for the rest, not too terribly much is happening. Still kind of busy. Also, like the last week, the weeks in general have been kind of busy. Glad that next week the agenda isn't as full, because it was. Yeesh, it's a bit much, also for me. Yeah, I noticed that most likely I'm on the spectrum somewhere as well, because my brain also can't handle being like overly stimulated with like everything going on, and yeah. So it's a whole lot of something. Yeah, we'll get there. One way or the other, we'll get there. At least the kids had fun with like the firefighting stuff, like our daughter's ears pierced, and all the lots of busyness that's going around. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at this because my brain is fried. I'm not entirely sure if there's anything I missed. I probably have, but oh well. But yeah, again, like as per usual, I hope you liked this video. If you did, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment on anything you want to tell me, ask me, just want to let me know that you've watched the video. That's also perfectly fine. Like, let me all know down in the comment section below, and I am going to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And yeah, if you're not subscribed and you want to hear more ramblings out of me, see more unboxings, reviews, time lapses, you can subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. You can also get back every now and then and see what you want. But I would very much appreciate it if you liked the video that you leave the video a thumbs up. So yeah, I know that you'll like it, because that's also good for me to know. Because yeah, if nobody wants to watch the videos, why would I make them? But yeah, with all that being said, again, I hope you liked the video. If you did, you know the drill. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!